and she kept posting about this woman, Diana Patton. Then check out her page. And I was like, I need to know her. There was I was being drawn to you. And I was like, there's just something in what she's saying in her posts. I listened to different videos that you have. I'm like, I need to know her. And just the environment I was in at the agency, so much had changed. It was, to be perfectly honest, was really toxic. And I just thought, okay, this isn't for me. I've got to find something else. And I think at the time, my confidence was getting chipped away. And, I'm seeing on Instagram, our mutual friend, the beautiful Rhonda Sewell, I would see her posts, and she kept posting about this woman, Diana Patton. And I, then check out her page. And I was like, I need to know her. There was I was being drawn to you. And I was like, there's just something in what she's saying in her posts. I listened to different videos that you have. I'm like, I need to know her somehow. And I think I first reached out on Facebook, was like, do you do any personal coaching? Because that's where I was feeling like I need this help. And then I was in, you offered a master class. And so at lunch one day, I was, watching through Zoom, and everything you talked about, from the importance of the personal development to professional development, and that understanding the why and your purpose, and then how you can, translate that into advocating for something. I'm like, I need this. I need all of it. And I know I was first coming to it from that place of, I know I just need to, build myself back up and find out that what is that calling of mine, and what do I want to be doing with my career? I still have many years ahead of me to keep working. So I was just drawn to it from so many different ways, and it was everything and more.
I love hearing that story. And Emily, I believe that you were receiving the text messaging services that I had. How long were you receiving the text messaging? And for those listening in, you can be a part of the Tier 1 Rise Advocates membership. And a part of that is these every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Although sometimes I was a little tardy the last couple of weeks on the 7 a.m. on Friday. But to do the text messaging, inspiring, encouraging, and motivating text. How long had you had that?
I'm going to say it was about a month or so, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. And, just seeing those, I'd be driving my daughters to school, and either as I was pulling in the parking lot or heading back, I'd hear the sound of the text. I'm like, oh, there's the message. I have to check it as soon as I get back. And so many of those messages really resonated, and it just kept furthering that this is the right thing. This is something I really need to, I just need to do.
Yeah. And I just believe in that Rumi quote, what you seek is seeking you. Yes. I've been seeking you. I just know that you are the Emily that I've been seeking. Oh. And you are the individual I believe has a story that needs to be heard. And so many people, you are just now getting into your real life. And everything that's happened to you is for such a time as this. And everything that you have gone through is for you. As painful as it is, as difficult as it's been, it's for you to do and to live your own most amazing life. So through the Rise Advocates Academy, what were some of the things that just really, maybe 1 or 2 things that really were helpful to you, that helped you see life differently? I always tell people we have to have a different lens. Yes. We see our lives, see our world, and stripping away all the stuff that really doesn't matter.
Yes, it's so true. There are a couple of things that I keep going back to, and I've got my little binder here, and I will refer back to the notes. Okay. And there were a couple of exercises. One was understanding, your upper limit. And as we were really diving into, that was huge. Right. And as soon as I read that first one, I was like, there it is. Mm-hmm. There it is. It's that I'm not worthy of this. It's the, imposter syndrome. It's and I think I remember telling you, as I would look through job descriptions. Yeah. I would, think, oh, this could be something. And I'd look through, some of those job descriptions are so lengthy. Not one person could ever do all of that.
Any of that stuff.
Any of it. But I'd look at that, and at first I'd be like, okay, this looks good. And then I was like, oh no, I can't do all that. No, no. And so many times it would be the no this and the I can't this. And as we were talking then about the book, I have it here as well, The Switch on Your Brain, and that brain detox. And I would set my phone alarm for a couple points during the day. And this was a very condensed part of it. But as soon as I'd hear that alarm and I'd start to think of, reading those job descriptions and thinking, nope, I can't do that, I immediately would tell myself, I can't. And then I was like, oh no, girl, you can.
Yeah.
So I almost got to the point after a couple of weeks, I'd hear that alarm. It would go off and be like, yes, I can. I can do that. I wasn't even saying that I can't. I was just in realizing how important that perspective and that focus is. Just as I wanted that mantra and that positive attitude going into the unknown of treatment, I was like, I need that, in my life to, immediately stop, editing myself is a very Diana phrase. Don't edit yourself. That I was, constantly saying no, I can't do this, or but if I do it, what if, what if I don't do well, or what if I fail? And then I would start to remember that quote of, what if I fail? And, the response is, but what if you fly? And so I was like, okay, I need this whole just shift in my mentality. And so those are a couple of things that really stuck. And another exercise that I keep going back to was the taking photos, looking at photos of yourself from different points during your life's breadcrumb. Really remember, I love that exercise, and really thinking through at, the one picture I had of me as a 9-year-old, laying on a beach with my cousin, and, what was going on in my life.
I see it in my mind. Yeah.
And then thinking about, me in high school, and then in my, early career, and then currently. And I was like, I had this great aha moment of that 9-year-old and what I'm looking for now. Those two people are really similar, where the two in the center were always questioning and saying, I can't do that. I can't do that. Or if I do that, what if this? I mean, there were so many times I was questioning and not being confident in myself. And then I thought, now that I've gone through, a job change, the process of, looking for jobs and, having all of these kind of learnings and, really taking that deep assessment of myself has just put me in such an incredible place of because when I would always think about, what's your calling? And I would always think of that as more my career. What am I called to do in my job? And I'm like, that's maybe not it. I mean, sure, you want to be happy and fulfilled in your work, but I discovered a whole different calling that was related to my, cancer journey and my, journey as a widow, and where I can find myself, find more purpose and live that purpose and that why through some advocacy.